Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. The era of national investment. Only I know the protagonist. Lin Tian has traveled through and arrived at a world of national investment. It's just that investments in this world are a bit different, actually investing in potential stocks of the heavens and the world. When others were still searching the world for those with invincible family backgrounds to invest, Lin Tian surprisingly found that those investment targets were all well-known figures. A waste with 3 levels of fighting spirit and being divorced. The little one who was born supreme but had his supreme bone dug out and was unsure if he could still survive. Vortex Naruto, looked down upon by the whole village and subjected to various humiliations. The new investors received positive investment, and Lin Tian chose the Emperor of Wilderness, whose supreme bone had been dug out and whose life and death were unknown. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 001, in the era of universal investment, investment is on the brink of death. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What a strange world. Lin Tian absorbed the information in his mind and let out a sigh. This is an investment world, but it is completely different from the concept of investment that ordinary people imagine. Many years ago, the world underwent a transformation, with countless monsters appearing worldwide, causing human casualties. Although in the end, humans worked together to block the monster, as time passed, the monster became stronger and stronger. It was during a time of human despair that the heavenly investment emerged. As long as a human is over 18 years old, they can enter it and invest in the potential stocks of the heavens and realms. As long as the investment object grows, it can obtain investment coins, which are equivalent to currency used for investment. Buzz. Accompanied by a wonderful fluctuation, a light curtain suddenly appeared in front of Lin Tian, which was the operation page of Zhutian Investment Office. He turned 18 a few days ago, so he had already started investing in these days, but he did not start investing in them. The age limit for students in this world is set, and they can enter the 3rd year of high school at the age of 18. So under normal circumstances, most people will open the Zhutian Investment Center in their 3rd year of high school, and then invest under the guidance and advice of their teachers. As long as they can successfully be promoted to a 1-star investor, they can enter university. If you haven't become a 1-star investor by the end of your 3rd year of high school, you basically have no chance of attending university and can only attend vocational schools. All professions except for investors in various fields can be studied in vocational schools. Universities are divided into 2 books and 1 book. As long as you have the level of a 1-star investor, you can enter university, but whether you can enter a 1-star university or not depends on your asset situation. 1-star investors are required to earn 10,000 investment coins. Generally, high school seniors who make a profit of around 40,000 to 50,000 yuan can enter a university. If you become a 2-star investor within 1 year of your senior year in high school, congratulations. You can choose from the top universities in the country. So the first investment is really important, it's about the future. Therefore, the days before were holidays, and even if he opened the Zhutian Investment Office, he dare not easily waste his precious first investment. Every student who has just started the Zhutian Investment Institute will receive a free investment opportunity and initial funding. Investors of different levels have access to different investment levels. The more advanced the investor, the stronger the world they can invest in, but their initial investment is random. So it can be said that this is a choice related to changing one's destiny. But after receiving the information in his mind, Lin Tian's face looked a bit strange, prompting him to open the page of Zhutian Investment. Do you want to start your initial investment? A pop-up window appeared, and Lin Tian took a deep breath before clicking OK. Just as Lin Tian clicked OK, the pop-up window changed again. Random selection from investment world, unlimited levels, unlimited investment goals. Obtain initial funds, 1,000 investment coins. May I ask if you have started extracting the world? Without hesitation, Lin Tian clicked OK because he wanted to verify the information in his mind. World extraction successful, obtain world introduction. Subsequently, a brief introduction about the investment world appeared in front of Lin Tian. A grain of dust can fill the sea, a blade of grass can cut through the sun, moon, and stars, and in the blink of an eye, the world will turn upside down. Crowds rise together, thousands of ethnic groups stand tall, saints compete for supremacy, the heavens and earth move in chaos, asking the vast earth who rules the ups and downs. After seeing this introduction and the cultivation realm of this world, Lin Tian jumped up directly. That's right. It's indeed like this. In the memory of this body, some familiar names will appear on the forum, as well as names from movies, TV dramas, novels, and anime in their past lives. As expected, the investment targets in this world are all those virtual characters from my past life on Earth. Lin Tian was excited. If that's the case, wouldn't he be invincible? Due to the opening of the investment world, each investor usually only has one investment opportunity. Of course, for wealthy individuals, that's another story. The money here refers to investment coins, not real money, which is waste paper. And I know that in every world, who has the highest potential and who is most worth investing in. In this way, one will receive the most accurate vision, and even know where the opportunity lies, knowing the protagonist's correct path of growth, which can completely accelerate this speed and obtain rich investment returns. Lin Tian was very excited, and without hesitation, he directly clicked to select the investment target. In an instant, a map of this world appeared directly in front of him. 9 heavens and 10 earths, immortal realm, exotic realm, and even above heaven, and so on. If it were a normal person, they would probably go directly to the immortal realm, above the heavens, to search for the heavenly pride of those demons for investment. But Lin Tian was different, he directly locked his gaze on 9 days and 10 places. The so-called arrogant son of heaven knows when he suddenly falls, or whether he has truly reached the peak. But if the choice is for the protagonist, it's completely different because it's important to know that the protagonist is invincible. Lock it down. 9 days and 10 places. De Huangshi Village. After some operation, Lin Tian locked onto Shizhuan and saw a small stone that had not yet entered the path of cultivation. Investment. Without hesitation, Lin Tian clicked on the target and then made an investment. Huangtian Emperor, the future Huangtian Emperor. He is investing now, even if he doesn't invest in others in the future. A wasteland emperor can help him reach the pinnacle of his life. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. 002, terrifying return rate, overnight becoming a star investor. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Congratulations on your successful investment and binding to the current world investment target. Sure, how Lin Tian Man was happy, but at the same time, he revealed that he had established some connections with the Emperor of the Wild, as if he had become his golden finger. Similar to the kind of grandfather, he can even have a conversation with the Wild Emperor, and the Wild Emperor has absolute trust in him, which is the strength of Zhutian investment. Are you, Lu Shen? Little Sure Hao in the picture stared blankly at the sky and asked curiously. Because Lin Tian just said hello to him. I'm not Lu Shen, Xiao Sure Hao. Can I give you something later? Lin Tian smiled and said, then briefly chatted with Little Stone before he opened the add option. If you choose this option, it means consuming investment coins, purchasing various blessings for the investment target, or simply using divine weapons and treasures. There is no menu, but a direct idea of what is needed, ultimately providing the value needed. Invest in drugs to treat the injuries of the Wild Emperor. What he wants is not the medicine to restore the supreme bone, but simply the medicine to heal the injury. The current investment requires 500 investment coins. Would you like to place a bet? Looking at the pop-up window, Lin Tian breathed a sigh of relief and healed all the injuries caused by the deprivation of the supreme bone. How long before Shi Hao could rise up? In Lin Tian's view, before the reshaping of Shi Hao's supreme treasure, it was actually a warm recovery. Because in the later stages, Shi Hao will also become abnormal and terrifying. At this time, if the injury caused by depriving the supreme bone is healed in advance, Shi Hao's strength will only become faster. Bet. Lin Tian agreed to bet without hesitation. Then the initial funds were directly consumed by 500, and then in the world where Shi Hao was located. Buzz. Accompanied by a burst of white light, a pill appeared in front of Shi Hao. What is this? Lu Shen was shocked, she didn't even realize how this pill appeared. Although the level is not high, the refining method of this pill is so unbelievable that even I cannot see through it, and it can completely cure this child's injury. It's unbelievable. This is the advantage of investors. In fact, the cost of investment coins spent on many treasures is not proportional to the gains. For example, various immortal artifacts are garbage in some worlds, such as the world where immortals roam everywhere. But in some worlds, perhaps the entire world has been sold and cannot be exchanged for an immortal artifact. But there is no such concept in Zhu-Tian investment, and the value measurement here is obviously different from every world. For example, if this pill really appears in Shi Hao's world, its value is immeasurable. Of course, the things created by these investment coins are limited to the use of investment targets. It is not advisable to use this method to brush the secret script of divine skill and entrust the investment target to oneself. Someone has already tried it. Little one, take this pill and you can start practicing. Listening to Lin Tian's words, Xiao Shihao's eyes lit up and he took the pill without hesitation. Then his body was enveloped by a soft light, and his bones made a crisp sound. When he finally landed, he was full of energy. It's hard to tell from the outside, but the inside has been completely refreshed. Although the supreme bone has been lost, all injuries have been healed, and the journey of the Wild Emperor has set sail ahead of schedule. For the last 500 investment coins, Lin Tian directly bought a bucket of pure blood creature's blood, preparing to refine the body for the Emperor of the Wilderness and cultivate the blood-moving realm. After everything was settled, Lin Tian closed the investment page. At the same time, Xiao Shihao from that world began his cultivation directly. And Lu Shen was momentarily stunned, not just the pill, but also the sudden emergence of pure blood and spiritual blood, which shocked her because she had no idea how it was delivered. I can only speculate that there may be extremely powerful guardians around Xiao Shihao. At the same time, when Xiao Shihao began to cultivate. Ding dong. Investment target. Shihao cultivation increases and earns 100 investment coins. Ding dong. Investment target. Shihao cultivation increases and earns 100 investment coins. In the end, Lin Tian simply turned off all the prompts and just watched as his balance kept skyrocketing. After waking up all night, Lin Tian looked at his investment coin balance and was stunned. 10,000. Lin Tianmu was dumbfounded, should he truly be the Emperor of the Wild? Later, upon learning about it, Lin Tian suddenly realized that it was the Emperor of the Wild who had reached the extreme realm of moving blood. The more advanced the investment world is, the different the speed of time. After all, in a powerful world, thousands of years may pass by. If we really follow the speed of time in those worlds, who can withstand it? Ding dong. Congratulations on successfully making a profit of 10,000 investment coins and being promoted to a 1-star investor. At the same time, a pop-up window appeared, indicating that Lin Tian had successfully qualified as a 1-star investor. One night, 1-star investor. Lin Tian muttered to himself, and in his memory, the teacher seemed to have said that the highest record in the entire Hualong Kingdom was becoming a 1-star investor in 12 days, right? And just by taking a nap, I am a 1-star investor. Earning 10,000 investment coins is a 1-star investor, 102 stars. 1,000,000 3 stars, 1,000,000 4 stars, 1,000,000 5 stars, 1,000,000 6 stars, 1,000,000 7 stars, 1,000,000 8 stars, 1,000,000 9 stars. This is the star rating system for investors. It's simple and crude. If you become a billionaire, you are the most impressive leader in the entire investment industry. Of course, currently there are none around the world. There are many investors with global assets exceeding 1 billion, including those with 5 or more stars, but there are only a few investors with assets exceeding 1 billion or 6 stars, let alone the terrifying billions or 7 stars. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. 003, Asset Skyrocketing, reaching the age of 18 and advancing to the 3rd year of high school. Seeking Flowers, Evaluation Tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Tianmei felt happy because her balance was constantly beating while she was dressing and washing herself. It's really satisfying to have chosen potential stocks. The feeling of asset skyrocketing is really impressive. Lin Tian was extremely excited. Especially for those like him who invest directly from the weakest period, the return rate is the highest. Most people choose investment goals that have already shown their talents and possess a certain level of cultivation strength, as taught by all teachers. Because for this type of person, the investment risk is not high. After all, if they fall midway, the investment will fail. Investment failure is equivalent to losing a world, unless you have purchased a second investment in advance, which is investing in the second person in the current world. It is almost impossible for someone like Lin Tian to choose someone with no cultivation, no background, and still a child's investment method. But if this kind of investment is successful, the return rate is simply amazing. Didn't you see that the investment coin is a 3-digit jump? It's simply terrifying. And as Shihao becomes more and more confident, he may even experience 4-digit fluctuations or even 5-digit fluctuations in the future. Of course, the further you go to the back, the fewer times you jump. After all, with the back, even the slightest improvement takes a long time. At this speed, he may even be promoted to a second-star investor in a few days, and at that time, top universities across the country can be freely selected. And the speed can only get faster because with investment coins, it can be used to purchase new investment worlds. The more the world and investment units invested in, the higher the return rate obtained naturally. In summary, what Lin Tian saw was a golden road. In his past life, he was poor and destitute. In this world, he set a small goal to earn 1 billion investment coins first. Just tidy up and Lin Tian will go out to school. My parents are not at home because they work in the factory. Yesterday was the night shift and they didn't finish work until 8 o'clock in the morning. Arriving on the street, it is similar to a city from a previous life, but the difference is that as long as you look over, you can see the towering city walls on the edge of the city, which are used to defend against monsters. As time goes by, monsters become stronger and stronger, but the emergence of the Heavenly Investment Institute has also given humans extraordinary power, so they can gradually resist those terrifying monsters. After boarding the bus, Lin Tian arrived at the 3rd middle school of Base 108 in just over 10 minutes. Just after the vacation ended, the students who returned to school were very excited. This is how the students were. When they were studying, they really wanted to take a break, but after the break, they looked forward to the start of school. However, when Lin Tian first entered the class, he was called to the office by the class teacher. Lin Tian, I remember it was your birthday a few days ago. Give me the information about your initial investment world, and I will help you analyze how to invest. The homeroom teacher said that when every high school senior opens the Zhutian Investment Institute, the homeroom teacher will provide guidance and suggestions. Of course, if there are high-level Zhutian investors at home, there is no need to trouble the teacher. Lin Tian fell silent for a moment. He knew that if he operated it himself, he would inevitably be scolded by the teacher because it was related to his future and whether he could attend a good university. So Lin Tian lied and saw him say to the teacher, "Teacher, I have already started investing. One of my relatives is a senior 2-star investor." Listening to Lin Tian's words, the teacher suddenly realized. Because many teachers are 2-star investors, only noble schools or the top middle schools in the country will have 3-star investors as teachers. As for university teachers, they are generally 4-star investors, and better 5-star investors rarely serve as teachers. They usually only bring a few students with good potential. Since everything has been arranged at home, I won't have to worry too much. Then you have to work hard. There is still 1 year left, and strive to enter the 1-star investor program as soon as possible, and then you can go to a good university. I have completed the procedures for you. Now, let's go report to class 1 of senior high school. The homeroom teacher smiled and said, because everyone has different birthdays, but the opening and closing times of schools are the same, education in this world has changed. That is to say, on your 18th birthday, after opening the Zhutian exchange, you can directly enter the 3rd year of high school. A few days ago, he was still a sophomore in high school, but because he celebrated his birthday and turned 18, he has now directly advanced to the 3rd year of high school. The entire senior year of high school is an independent teaching building, as they will need to focus on the learning of Zhutian investment in the next year. During this process, students may leave at any time. If you have completed 1 year of study and have not yet become a 1-star investor, you will leave school and enter vocational and technical schools to study. Within this year, those who become 1-star investors can choose to directly enter university or wait for 1 year to complete their studies and ultimately determine their grades. 99% of people choose to finish 1 year of education, but there are also those who are proud to meet the requirements of top universities in less than a year, so there is no need to wait for the final grade. This type of student is collectively referred to as special admission students, just like those special admission students who did not need to take the college entrance examination in their past lives. Fei Lu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. 004, Only I Know Who the Protagonist Is, Investing Will Earn You. Seeking Flowers, Evaluation Tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Independent teaching building for senior high school students. Wow! Did you actually make a profit of 100 investment coins yesterday? Hee, it's not bad. Aren't you also making a profit of 80%? Have you heard that Wen Ziyue made a profit of over 200 yuan yesterday? Hush. She's probably almost a star investor, right? She's only been in her 3rd year of high school for less than 2 months. As soon as I arrived at the door, I heard many voices of students discussing. I saw the teacher push open the door and walk in with Lin Tian. Sweeping the whole room, the teacher introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lin Tian, a new classmate of our grade 1 class. He just turned 18 a few days ago and will be studying together from now on. Welcome everyone. The classmates gave a lot of face-saving applause and welcome, mainly because everyone is used to it, because everyone's birthday is different, and almost every once in a while, someone will come to this class and then leave. Compared to dealing with classmates, what they care more about is how to become a 1-star investor within a year. Lin Tian walked forward and said to the crowd. Hello everyone, my name is Lin Tian. After a brief self-introduction, Lin Tian found a seat under the guidance of the teacher. Just as he sat down, he caught the attention of many people, and then Lin Tian noticed his desk mate. She has a beautiful face and long black hair that stretches from shoulder to waist. Looking at her name on the table, it turns out that she is the previously discussed Wen Ziyue. However, Lin Tian took a quick glance and didn't pay attention. Instead, he picked up a book and started learning. Although he has advantages that others do not have, he knows what he should choose in those worlds. But regarding the basic knowledge of Zhutian investment, these are all things that need to be learned. After reading it, Lin Tian felt a harvest. For example, there are levels in the investment world, and Lin Tian doesn't know what level the world of the Wilderness Emperor is, but it should not be low, indicating good luck. However, this high-level world is actually not so easy to invest in. Firstly, the higher the status, the more well-known the reputation, and the greater the surface potential, the higher the investment cost. Similarly, if an investor goes to the world of the Wilderness Emperor and chooses to invest directly in Chongtongxi, it will be astronomical, and it is estimated that there will be billions of assets that cannot withstand it. And the Shihao chosen by Lin Tian is simply the one with the lowest cost. After all, the supreme bone has been taken and one's body is on the brink of death. Who dares to bet on this kind of investment? At present, Lin Tian, a one-star investment world, is only available for purchase. Under the collection of information from numerous investors around the world, a one-star world is basically a world without supernatural powers. Lin Tian roughly looked at the information on the internet, which was mostly about modern TV dramas and movies with emotional storylines. In this type of world, the investment return is very low, but many stable investors usually choose this one-star investment world to avoid direct losses and bankruptcy. After all, if the investment target collapses, their investors will directly lose the entire world. If the investment target is in their own world and encounters difficulties that are difficult to solve, investors are required to spend investment coins to purchase props to help them survive. If you keep investing and can't make it through, the ultimate result will naturally be bankruptcy. For example, the goal of investing in a martial arts world encountered a major crisis, and the investor continued to increase investment, various props, and bonuses, but ultimately could not reverse the decline. There are only two options. One is to continue to choose to raise and bet on the investment object to turn the tables. In other words, giving up the investment object is equivalent to giving up the world and retaining assets. TSK, it's amazing. Isn't this investment too impressive? Lin Tian was amazed that there was even a claim of bankruptcy. If you go bankrupt, unless someone is willing to lend you investment coins. But investing in coins is too precious. Unless it's a close relative or someone with a great relationship, who would be willing to lend it to you. After all, whether it's buying a new investment world, betting on targets, or adding new investment targets in the same world, it all requires spending a huge amount of investment coins. It is worth mentioning that from Lin Tian's perspective, one may immediately know where the center of this world is. But in the eyes of other investors, it's completely different. What they see is an entire world. Take the world's richest person in Shihong City as an example. Lin Tian only sees Shihong City, while other investors see the entire Earth. In the introduction of the worldview, there will never be any details that reveal where the center of the world is. So they need to find an investment target in a complete world with a population of 7 billion. It can be imagined how exaggerated this is. Not to mention the world where the Wilderness Emperor is located, where all living beings are calculated based on billions of trillions, simply searching for investment targets. At that level, in just a few years, a decade, or even decades, who dares to easily bet? It can be imagined that Lin Tian knows the plot, who is the protagonist, who has the highest potential, and what a terrifying cheat. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. A new book with 10 updates a day, kneeling down for flower evaluation tickets, can keep 10 updates all the time. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. 005. Purchase the cultivation method, taking the body as a seed, which can be practiced up to the great emperor. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The courses in the 3rd year of high school are not difficult, and can even be said to be very easy, because there are not many knowledge points that can be taught, basically teaching students to be steady and analyze investment directions and goals. There is also an explanation of different investment worlds, as well as how to use investment coins reasonably to gain strength for oneself. This is crucial. In the Zhutian Investment Institute, they can use investment coins as their investment targets, create various resources and props to help, and even provide certain intelligence analysis. The return that investors receive is investment coins. By investing in coins, they can obtain things from the investment world. For example, by investing in a martial arts world, one can obtain the magical skills, treasures, and so on of this martial arts world by investing in coins. That's why money can make one stronger. Because earning more investment coins, the higher your investor level, the stronger the world you can purchase, and naturally the better the benefits you can get from it. The world of 1-star investment is generally a world without supernatural powers, and at its peak, there are some fighting worlds. If you invest in the world of 2 stars, it is a supernatural world of martial arts with certain supernatural powers, but the intensity is not yet unimaginable. If Samsung invests in the world, it would be a world with extremely powerful supernatural powers, such as some high martial arts worlds such as Fengyun and Huanyi Wuxia. At present, the information that Lin Tian has access to is marked with Samsung World, and there are also some examples. So Lin Tian also doesn't know what level the world where the Wild Emperor is located belongs to. After all, that world is somewhat special, and if we only look at the period where the wilderness is located, it will definitely not be comparable to the period of emptiness. After all, during the period when the wilderness was located, the ceiling combat power was at the level of quasi-immortal emperors and immortal emperors. But in the period of divine emptiness, the combat power reached the level of sacrificial ceremony and transcendence, which was beyond the existence of the immortal emperor. So at this moment, Lin Tian cannot determine the level of the world where the wilderness emperor is located, but all he needs to know is that it is strong enough. It is truly fortunate that he can encounter this in the initial investment world. In the future, we need to follow the star rating to gain investment in the world. Give up on the 1-star world for now, and buy a new investment world after entering the 2-star world. Lin Tian muttered to himself, after all, he looked down on a world without supernatural powers. In such a world, he could only obtain some technological information or rare jewelry from it. Only by reaching 2 or more stars can one obtain supernatural power, and the investment coins earned in the world are also the most. However, with the investment target of the Wilderness Emperor, my starting point will be extremely terrifying. I will directly purchase the cultivation methods of the world where the wilderness is located, and there is no need to cultivate any martial arts. Lin Tian's eyes flashed with a flash of light, and he immediately opened his interface on the Zhutian exchange. This interface is invisible to others, and many classmates around are operating it. Some people are smiling, while others are frowning, indicating that the investment has encountered problems. If the problem becomes urgent, someone will quickly run out of the classroom and seek help from the teacher. Oh, it's actually 20,000. When Lin Tian saw the balance, his eyes sparkled with brilliance. Should he truly be the emperor of the wasteland? At this speed, he may not be able to earn enough investment coins in a few days and advance to a 2nd-star investor. Give it a try and purchase cultivation techniques. Lin Tian pondered for a moment, and finally he chose a cultivation method. As a seed. It is more of a way of cultivation than a method of cultivation. The Emperor of Wilderness created the cultivation method of using oneself as a seed, which later developed into the practice of the heavenly age after the chaos of ancient times. This comes from the initial version of Emperor Huangtian, which is equivalent to the origin of cultivation. He Kazengui, it is estimated that no one except for Emperor Huangtian himself has learned it. Ding dong. Do you want to purchase as a seed? But the price of being a seed made Lin Tian's scalp tingle. However, there is still no problem purchasing the first installment of Luanhai. It can be split and sold, which is more user-friendly. The first volume of the Wheel C Secret Realm requires a cost of 10,000 investment coins. The second volume of the Daogong Secret Realm requires a cost of 100,000 investment coins. The Quadrupole Secret Realm in Volume 3 requires a cost of 1 million investment coins. The Dragon Transformation Secret Realm in Volume 4 requires a cost of 10 million investment coins. The Sendai Secret Realm in Volume 5 requires a cost of 100 million investment coins. As for the 6th and 7th volumes, they belong to the path of the Wilderness Emperor himself. If you want to prove the Tao Immortal Emperor, you need to walk out of your own path, so there is no need to purchase them. It may seem expensive, but upon careful consideration, it's not that expensive anymore. Because having 5 volumes can completely support cultivation to the realm of the Great Emperor. After all, if all 5 volumes of the Secret Realm are practiced successfully, it will be the 9 heavens of the Quasi-Emperor. And the perfect unity of the 5 volumes, nurturing the Tao cocoon, and giving birth to the Imperial Tao Law, is what can be called the Great Emperor. What a great realm the Great Emperor is! The planet collapses in the blink of an eye, transforming into a cosmic dust-like existence. In Lin Tian's opinion, this price is completely acceptable. Although the Great Emperor is only the supreme human being, and there are many realms above him, such as true immortals, immortal kings, and immortal emperors, if he could become the Great Emperor, he would probably be invincible on this earth. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. 006, with a cultivation speed of 100 times, the Wheel C Secret Realm is completed in 1 day. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But after starting his cultivation, Lin Tian felt a bit helpless. Indeed, novels are deceptive. Who says that travelers are all cultivation geniuses? The kind of person who breaks through the sky just after practicing is simply exaggerated. However, it's okay. As an investor in Zhutian, you can open a listing for yourself. For example, in cultivation, you can directly spend investment coins to gain cultivation blessings. For example, 10 times the speed of cultivation, 20 times the speed, or even 30 times the speed. That's why humans can achieve combat power comparable to those monsters in a short period of time. After all, the Krypton Gold powerhouse is unmatched. However, for this double-speed cultivation, the price is still too expensive, and most families dare not use it. After all, money is everything. As long as there is enough investment currency, anything can be easily achieved. 10 times faster cultivation requires 1,000 investment coins per day. It's equivalent to practicing for 10 days. If you practice at 100 times speed for a day, you will need 10,000 investment coins. And so on. 1,000 times the speed is 100,000, and 10,000 times the speed is 1 million. This is not something that ordinary people can afford. So most of this feature is used on broken mirrors. Only when the cultivation reaches a bottleneck or when facing breakthroughs, will this feature be used. But Lin Tian doesn't care at all, because he cares more about his cultivation than investing in coins. After all, he knows the plot of every world and knows how to earn the most investment coins, converting them into his own strength, which is the most crucial. So Lin Tian is ready to do 100 times faster. That is to say, the cultivation speed boost of spending 10,000 investment coins per day is equivalent to 100 days of cultivation time. Of course, that's not how it is actually calculated. This bonus is much more terrifying than simply changing the time flow rate, because it increases it 100 times in all directions. Equals to 100 times increase in your cultivation qualifications, insight, and so on. So improving is definitely terrifying, but investing 10,000 coins a day is not something that everyone can afford, and the key is that money is not used that way. Rolling profits and earning more money is the idea of most investors. Unable to wait until school was over, Lin Tian took a day off from school and then hid in his room to start practicing. I saw my account balance instantly empty, and then an extremely mysterious aura enveloped me. I felt as if my consciousness had entered a wonderful realm, and then powerful forces emerged from my body. Bitter sea. Life spring. Shenxiao. On the other side. One day has passed, and Lin Tian's cultivation strength has skyrocketed from an ordinary person to the other side realm, even directly reaching the other side of perfection. You only need one step to break through the wheel sea and enter the secret realm of the Tao Palace. It's too terrifying, no wonder humans can have the power to fight against those monsters in just a few decades. Just this cultivation bonus can easily break through the barriers of the realm. After practicing for a day, Lin Tian gained 100 times the cultivation bonus, which directly transformed him from an ordinary person to achieve the perfection of the Luanhai secret realm. Then Lin Tian directly summoned the face of Zhu Tian investment to test his own realm. After all, the setting of combat power varies in different worlds, but there is an exclusive division of strength in these investment institutions. It is divided into 1 to 9 levels, with Marquis level, King level, Emperor level, and Emperor level above the 9th level. A more powerful existence has not been announced by Zhu Tian investment, but currently there should be no King level powerhouse on Earth. Investor Lin Tian's current cultivation level. 4th level completion. Lin Tian was taken aback, did he actually enter the 4th level directly? It seems that the 4 realms of Luanhai correspond to 1 level each. It should be noted that although Luanhai is only the first secret realm, it is the most important and basic secret realm. The Tao Palace and 4 poles behind it were actually built on the basis of Luanhai. Terrifying like this. How could it be so easy to obtain such powerful strength if one had not directly obtained the cultivation method of using oneself as a seed? Lin Tian sighed and said. After all, many people only practice general martial arts secrets, and even most of them practice basic cultivation methods such as Chinese martial arts, such as those from the worlds of Yi Wen and Hui Yuanjia. People like Lin Tian, who started by practicing mystical magic, are simply rare. Unless there are elders in the family who are high-star investors, one can obtain cultivation methods from the advanced world. So, no matter what kind of world it is, family background is still a natural cheat, which cannot be envied. Fortunately, Lin Tian's cheat is too powerful, even if his family background is stronger than Lin Tian's, he doesn't take it seriously. Lin Tian was very satisfied with his own realm, and with a good mood at the moment, he directly opened up the world of the Wild Emperor. At this time, the Huangtian Emperor had already joined the Heavenly Mending Pavilion, and because he had cured his injuries in advance, the Huangtian Emperor was even more terrifying and powerful. At this speed, the Emperor of the Wild can become the supreme being of humanity faster than in the original work, ultimately pushing the heavens and the ages. Just practicing for 1 day, did you actually provide me with another 10,000 yuan in profit? This is the Protagonist. Just this insurance rate alone is so terrifying. Lin Tian sighed and said that he has decided to increase the betting amount at the moment. But he is not allowed to reserve investment coins to purchase martial arts for the Emperor of the Wild, but is preparing to invest in information for the Emperor of the Wild, which is similar to technology investment in reality. Of course, information investment is just a term given by investors. To put it simply, it means communicating directly with the investment target, telling them the information they have analyzed, such as how to do it, how to get more benefits, and so on. Fei Lu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. 007, Future Immortal Emperor Apprentices as the protagonist, entering the investment space. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sure how. In the Butian Pavilion, Lin Tian's voice echoed through Sure Hao's mind. Senior. Shihao suddenly opened his eyes, filled with excitement. He still remembered that it was this senior in his childhood who cured his injuries and set him on the path of cultivation ahead of time. After leaving the wilderness, he has been searching for the traces of his predecessors, but he can never find them. I didn't expect that the senior appeared on his own today, which made Shihao very happy. This is the strength of Zhu Tian investment, which can directly gain great favor from the investment target, otherwise it will not be completely trusted by him. Senior, where have you been these years? Why haven't I been able to find you? Please provide your name, Senior, so that Shihao can repay you in the future. Lin Tian smiled slightly. My name is just a false name. I'm looking for you today and I have something to tell you. At present, Lin Tian informed the Emperor of the Wilderness of all the future plots in his memory. In terms of information investment, who can match his rudeness? Directly telling all the subsequent plot to the Emperor of the Wild is completely equivalent to him not needing to make any other investments. At most, it is necessary to prepare some elixirs or martial arts for the Emperor of the Wilderness when necessary. The remaining resources have a prophetic foresight for the future, and he can definitely cut off the beard in advance. Is this my future? Shihao was stunned. How could his future self be so arbitrary that he became the immortal emperor, even surpassing the existence of the immortal emperor? Of course, the current Shihao still doesn't know what the immortal emperor is. The most powerful existence he knows is only the supreme humanity. What a divine ability, Senior. Even my future can be known. Is it the immortal emperor? Shihao was extremely shocked. Shihao, since we already know the future, some regrets can be made up for, and some opportunities cannot be missed. You need to become stronger, the future road is not easy to walk. Lin Tian sighed and said. Shihao bowed seriously at the moment. Thank you very much, Junior, for the kindness you have bestowed upon me. Shihao is willing to bow down to my senior as his teacher with the courtesy of a disciple. Shihao is very serious. Lin Tian was immediately stunned, apprenticed to himself. This was something he hadn't thought about before, he just wanted to provide some support to his investment target when needed, so that he could create more profits for himself. Unexpectedly, Shihao wanted to learn from himself. But Lin Tian did not refuse, after all, this is the future emperor of wilderness. And this seems to be a good choice, after all, becoming a master-disciple relationship would make communication more convenient, and Shihao would also have more trust in himself. At that moment, Lin Tian agreed to Shihao's apprenticeship, and Shihao was extremely excited. He knelt down and shouted to his master. After a few simple explanations, Lin Tian directly exited the investment page. Speaking of which, I haven't been to an investment space yet. Lin Tian muttered to himself, as long as he becomes a formal one-star investor, he can enter the investment space, which is an extremely large second world. Divided by country, vast and boundless. Numerous investors can exchange resources and exchange experiences among them, and there are also many activities of the Zhu Tian Investment Center that take place within it. Lin Tian had never been inside before, but today he became interested and decided to go in and take a look. Enter the investment space. As Lin Tian's voice fell, his consciousness went directly to another world, and in reality, his essence was to maintain a meditative posture. Is this the investment space? Indeed, it is vast and boundless. Lin Tian sighed and said that while they were inside, although they maintained their original appearance, they were illusory, so they could teleport with just one thought. Otherwise, in such a vast world, it would be too difficult for you to move. Lin Tian is from Hualong Kingdom, so when he came in, he was naturally in the area of Hualong Kingdom. With the outbreak of disasters, although the country has survived, many cities have been destroyed. Therefore, the human survival base was ultimately labeled according to its number. The survival base where Lin Tian is located is called 108 Survival Base. The capital of Hualong Kingdom is called 001 Survival Base. Although this is an illusory world, there are all kinds of facilities. After all, spiritual pleasure can still be fed back to the body. So here, there are all kinds of food, drink, and entertainment, and because it belongs to the jurisdiction of Zhutian investment, many black industries exist here. For example, that after all, the spiritual transcendence felt here is no different from what is felt in reality, it's just a waste of underwear. To be reasonable, the male classmates in the class were chatting crazily about this matter, saying that they must experience it after coming in, which made Lin Tian quite interested. I really have everything for sale. Martial arts secrets, technological advancements, natural resources and treasures, and so on. As Lin Tian strolled through the street stall, he sighed and said, after all, everyone has a different world, and the good things they can get from it are also different. Why not take what you don't need here and sell it to earn investment coins? Finally, most of them are stalls, and if you want to have a real store, you need money. Perhaps I could also open a store, although investing in the Protagonist can earn a lot of money, who would mind investing in less coins? Lin Tian muttered to himself that he spent 10,000 investment coins on one day of cultivation, and his cultivation strength will become stronger in the future. The cultivation time will be calculated based on hundreds or even thousands of years. So investing more coins is beneficial, and now Lin Tian has decided to open his own store. But not now, because things from the world where the Emperor of Wilderness is located, Lin Tian is not planning to sell them, at least not for a period of time. When he becomes a second-star investor, buy some treasures from some second-star worlds before selling them. Fei Lu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. 008, successfully promoted to second-star investor, new investment goal. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ciao, hurry up and watch the forum. When Lin Tian was strolling down the street, suddenly a sound rang out. Hiss, the Oriental auction house is actually going to auction and restart the world. Oh my goodness, this is really big news. Many people were shocked to say. Restart the world. Lin Tian raised his eyebrows and then went online to check the information about restarting the world. The terminals of the Zhutian exchange can connect to external networks in this trading space. After taking a look, Lin Tian finally knew what restarting the world meant. In every investment world, if the investment fails, the world will be reclaimed. In the future, there will be people who have a certain chance of purchasing this investment world that has already appeared, and this kind of world is called restarting the world. If this type of world has already appeared in advance, the information inside and the future development of the world will have prophetic foresight. So this kind of world is very precious, and if one obtains this kind of world, it is equivalent to becoming rich. Of course, the price is determined by the world level and return rate to quell the rebellion. As for how to determine if the world you have obtained is to restart the world, it is very simple. Because if it is to restart the world, when you obtain this world from the investment location of Zhutian, there will be previous investment records for you to see. After all, in reality, investment also depends on various things such as financial statements. Therefore, in order to restart the world, Zhutian Investment Office will view the investment records of previous investors. By seeing these things first, one can avoid detours and earn more profits. But all of this has nothing to do with Lin Tian. After all, he doesn't need to restart the welfare of the world at all, and it can be imagined that this kind of world is not something he can afford. After all, he is just a star investor. With that little investment point, how can he buy a restart of the world? Because even if it's a one-star restart of the world, the price will still exceed 100,000 investment coins, and those that can be auctioned off will definitely have a high level, and the overall price is estimated to exceed 1 million. So after browsing for a while, Lin Tian withdrew from the investment space. Lin Tian didn't do much in the following time, he just practiced every day and then checked his balance. Because the future historical trajectory was told to Shi Hao, he had direct foresight and easily obtained various opportunities. In just a few days, Lin Tian's account balance skyrocketed. Ding dong. Congratulations to investor Lin Tian, who has accumulated a profit of 100,000 investment coins and successfully promoted to a second-star investor. Seeing this pop-up message, Lin Tian smiled. This star rating is not based on account balance, but on the accumulation of profits. Only the profits obtained from investment can improve the star rating. Trading with people or investment coins transferred to you by others cannot increase the star rating. This can also be considered one of the few fair places. After all, even if one comes from an excellent family, if one cannot improve their star rating, no matter how much investment coins there is very little that can be done. Now that Lin Tian has become a second-star investor, he can purchase second-star investment world. Lin Tian immediately began to operate. In a 2-star world, one investment coin of 10,000 is given, and the world obtained is completely random. After reading the rules, Lin Tian decisively clicked to purchase. Then, accompanied by a burst of loading, a pop-up window suddenly appeared. Congratulations on successfully purchasing the 2-star world, Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. When Lin Tian saw this name, he was immediately excited because just looking at the name without looking at the content, he knew that this was the world he was familiar with. Not bad, not bad. In that case, you can earn a lot of blood again. At present, Lin Tian clicked to start investing, and then a screen appeared on the terminal, which is the God's perspective of the heaven-reliant world. With the experience of investing in the Emperor of Wilderness, Lin Tian no longer needs to explore and operate. I started searching directly. After all, he is not like any other investor and needs to make various observations to determine the investment target. After knowing what kind of world this is, he can instantly lock onto his investment goals. Search, son of Wudang sect Zhang Cuishan, Zhang Wuji. In an instant, God's perspective locked onto a young man who had just stepped onto the land of the Central Plains. When Lin Tian saw this young man, he smiled and was the one he was looking for, Zhang Wuji. Confirm investment. As Lin Tian clicked on the investment, a mysterious force connected Zhang Wuji and Lin Tian together. After the two were connected, Zhang Wuji suddenly opened his eyes from his mother's embrace. Who? He exclaimed in surprise, and Zhang Cuishan and Yin Susu beside him looked curiously at Zhang Wuji. Wuji, what's wrong? Did you dream? Yin Susu asked with concern. Zhang Wuji's face froze for a moment, but he quickly said to his father and mother. No, it's okay. I had a dream just now. As the words fell, he whispered in his heart. Senior, what kind of person are you? At the moment of investment, Lin Tian was able to communicate with Zhang Wuji, and just now Lin Tian asked him not to panic. Ha ha ha, who am I? I'll tell you later, but remember everything I say next. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he looked serious and simply recounted what had happened afterwards. He will be severely injured and taken away by the two elders of Xianming, and then his parents will be forced to death by those prestigious and righteous sections. When a child hears Lin Tian's words, his face will turn pale in fear. But Zhang Wuji is truly the protagonist, and he quickly asked in his heart. Immortal, Immortal, what should I do now? Zhang Wuji has changed his name to Lin Tianxian. After all, the means by which this voice sounds in his mind are unknown in the martial arts world. Lin Tian noticed that he only told Zhang Wuji about the future, and his investment coin balance had already started to skyrocket. It seems true that the greater the impact on the world, the higher the investment return obtained. The same goes for companies to grow and become world-class enterprises. The most significant way to influence the world is to directly influence the protagonist, of course. Unlike Shihao, Lin Tian in Shihao's world cannot provide much special assistance, such as cultivation and strength. After all, Lin Tian is a weak chicken. But Zhang Wuji's world is different. He has a huge sum of money provided by Shihao, and investing in a character from a 2-star world is like a penguin investing in a roadside stall, flying freely. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. 009, the puppet of the blood-moving extreme realm has finally begun to make a profit. Seeking flowers, evaluation tickets. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Zhang Wuji will soon encounter danger, so what he needs at this time is strength, or a way to ensure safety. Even if it's taking a miraculous pill, it takes time to absorb, so the best way at this time is to give Zhang Wuji a guarantee of safety. Lin Tian muttered to himself, it seems that the best solution currently is to find a bodyguard for Zhang Wuji. It's not difficult, for the fantasy world, finding something like a puppet is simply too simple. Lin Tian directly contacted Shi Hao, and if investors obtain something from the investment target, there is no need to pay any cost. This is the biggest benefit for investors, and Lin Tian's previous purchase of, as a seed, required money because Shi Hao had not yet created it, which is equivalent to taking something from that world, so of course he had to spend money. But what Shi Hao currently knows, Lin Tian doesn't like it, so he decided to spend money to buy it as a seed. Lin Tian directly contacted Shi Hao and asked him to help find a puppet from the Butian Gu, not too powerful, just a puppet from the blood realm. If you move blood to the extreme realm, it is the limit of 100,000 pounds. If this kind of power is placed in the world of martial arts, it is definitely at the level of a peerless expert. The key is something that is too expensive. If Lin Tian were to deliver it to the heaven-reliant world, the cost would be too high. Not long after, Shi Hao replied directly. In the room of Shi Hao in the heavenly pavilion. Master, the puppet has been found. It is a puppet that moves the blood extreme realm and is used by the Butian Gu to train disciples' hands. Can absorb the power of heaven and earth to operate, how can I give it to you? Lin Tian smiled slightly. Shi Hao's efficiency in handling affairs was indeed very fast, but it was not difficult either. After all, he was just a puppet in the blood realm, which was the first realm in the world where Shi Hao lived. The Butian Gu is such a big sect, not lacking this puppet. Buzz. Accompanied by a wonderful wave, the puppet in front of Shi Hao disappeared directly, which made him even more amazed by the master's great power. Your junior brother is from another world and has weak strength. This puppet happens to be used to protect himself. Lin Tian said this, which can be considered as an explanation for Shi Hao. For a moment, Shi Hao suddenly realized and was amazed by his master's strength, allowing him to freely travel between 2 worlds. After finishing communication with Shi Hao, Lin Tian found Zhang Wuji. Little one, I will give you something next. You can find a place without anyone and follow my instructions. This can save you and your parents' lives. Lin Tian said that because of the relationship between investors and investment targets, Zhang Wuji naturally trusts Lin Tian. Got it, senior. Zhang Wuji nodded seriously, and when his family moved into the inn, he found an opportunity to leave the room and later went to a hidden corner. Senior, are you there? Zhang Wuji called out softly, and then a beam of light flickered in front of him. Then, a humanoid object unexpectedly fell out of a spatial passage. This is undoubtedly the puppet of the blood-moving realm, and it is also the blood-moving extreme realm, with a body bursting with 100,000 pounds of power. Although not as powerful as Shi Hao's one-arm swing of 108,000 pounds, it is also extremely terrifying. In the world of martial arts, it is like a wild beast in the wilderness. Because the average martial arts expert can lift thousands of pounds of things, it is very impressive. For example, is the Golden Wool Dharma King very impressive? The Dragon Elephant Prajnaparamita technique has reached the 10th level of cultivation, and its overall strength is not weaker than the 5 wonders of the world. However, as described in the original text, each move of the Golden Wool Dharma King carries 1,000 pounds of power. Even if it's just an exaggeration, if he were to unleash all his strength, he could have a force of 10,000 pounds. But even so, it cannot compare to the 100,000 pounds of power of this blood-moving extreme puppet. Even if the puppet lacks internal power, it can break 10,000 laws with one force. In the heavenly reliance world, this puppet is probably invincible except for Zhang Sanfeng. So it can completely protect Zhang Wuji's safety. Is this a person? Zhang Wuji was shocked. The puppet in front of him had vivid flesh and blood, and apart from his lifeless eyes, he was actually no different from an ordinary person. At least normal people cannot see anything unusual. If your first drop of blood is on the puppet's forehead, you can bind it. This puppet should be invincible in the world. With his protection, your parents won't be in danger. Lin Tian said so. Zhang Wuji quickly nodded and then bit his finger, causing a drop of blood to fall on the puppet's forehead. Then a halo flickered, and the puppet's pupils slowly contracted before kneeling down on one knee and successfully recognizing the master. This is just the lowest level puppet, with little intelligence. You need to give him instructions, and he will act according to your commands. Lin Tian once again taught Zhang Wuji to use puppets, and after a while of tinkering, the communication with Zhang Wuji ended. This time helping Zhang Wuji with this puppet cost Lin Tian thousands of investment coins. Few investors would dare to invest so many investment coins at once in a two-star world. But Lin Tian is not afraid, because he knows he will definitely make a profit. After all, Zhang Wuji is the protagonist. Well, just as he finished his communication with Zhang Wuji, he started creating profits for himself. Ding dong. Investment target. Zhang Wuji successfully obtained a powerful puppet, greatly increasing his self-protection power, and obtained an investment coin of 1,000. Ding dong. Investment target. Zhang Wuji's cultivation has increased and he will receive 10 investment coins. In addition to investing in a puppet, Lin Tian also invested in Zhang Wuji's pill and a basic body refining technique from the Heavenly Tonifying Pavilion. Even basic body refining techniques can be practiced to the extreme of the blood-moving realm. As for the pills, they are naturally the lowest level, and given the best, Zhang Wuji cannot use them either. After the investment ended, Lin Tian only needed to lie down and collect money for a long time. It is estimated that in a few days, I can earn back the cost of investing a few thousand coins myself. Even ordinary investors cannot achieve Lin Tian's goal. When Lin Tian was sleeping and resting, the time flow of the heavenly world was faster. At this time, Zhang Xueshan and others had already arrived at the town below Wudong Mountain. In the original work, Zhang Wuji was captured here. Fei Lu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good.